Okie dokie, welcome to another episode of the Daddies Podcast. I am your co-host, Hank Sinatra. We have my co-host,
Adam the Creator here. Hello.
and we have a very, very special guest. You're only our second guest. We have so few guests on this podcast that we still refer to that as Rachel's microphone and Rachel's headphones.
So I guess I'm assuming Rachel was your other guest.
Rachel Feinstein. Yeah, she's a comedian, very good, very funny. But we don't we only let really cool guys.
That means a lot.
People
Thank
in
you.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you wound up on the chair, but
I'm pretty sure I wound up on the chair because you sent me a picture and said this has been 4 years since, and it seemed like I think COVID took 2 years away from us. But
just robbed mentally.
It doesn't seem like it's been 4 years since we took that picture.
4 years is a long time, dude. That's college. That's
It
like
is.
us meeting in freshman
we
year.
got a degree since then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. 4 years is almost 5, which is rounded up to 10. I mean, it's basically,
It's been a decade.
They took
Same
like a
thing.
Phoenix online degree from us.
yeah. Yeah, we could have done that during
Yeah.
COVID, especially. I could have got a degree from Harvard.
Why didn't I do that? We should have done that.
You know what, bro? When I was younger-ish, 30 or something, there was a person in a meeting talking about how they wanted to go back to college, but they were 37 and blah, blah, blah. And they said that somebody said to them, in 4 years, I'm going to be 41. And the person was like, well, in 4 years, you're going to be 41 anyway. Why don't you have a degree to go with it?
I like that.
You know, just fucking get out of your own way. Stop with the excuses. But Robert O'Neill is the guest today, and correct me if you are known for something, right? You were in the Army or something?
I was
What
a Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL, okay. And you killed Obama Bin Laden, which means you killed him without a Laden?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what I just said. Yeah, I was.
Oh, I forgot to say watch this. Fuck, my head is hot right now. God damn it.
Yeah, I was on the team that killed Osama bin Laden as Navy SEALs, and it was just one of those things. Like you said, you're going to be 41 anyway.
Yeah.
It was one of the things where I joined the Navy, kind of like, I got to get out of Butte, Montana. I'll join the Marine Corps. He wasn't there. I joined the Navy. Didn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And ended up one after another being with people that were so cool. Like, I was re-enlist again. I'm just here.
Yeah.
And just kept doing it, going to different teams, and then. I found out one of my favorite quotes is wherever you are, be there. And
Yeah.
it just so happened to end up in certain places at certain times. And then I was fortunate with the experience to get to be selected for the team that went after bin Laden. And we did have, so Army was there, they flew the pilot.
I was joking, by the way.
No, I know damn well you knew, but I was just
You
trying
were
to,
in Army? Like Buster from Arrested Development? Mother, when I went to Army.
Mother boy.
So I have one serious question for you that I'm a little nervous to ask, but what are you going to do? Do you like, or is it annoying that you're known so much for one thing? Or it's a fucking pretty cool thing to be known for? Because on this podcast, we talk about, the corn kid, like he's going to be 40 years old and they're going to be like, say corn. He's like, no, I can say corn normal now. I had no teeth. Like, I'm good. Like, I have other interests and things. But he's not known for killing the fucking most notorious terrorist in the world.
History, yeah.
Which you are. And is it cool, or is it like, I want to talk about other stuff?
it was really cool to be picked to be part of the team.
Yeah.
And when it's all said and done in the mission, I just followed a guy up a set of stairs and turned right. When people ask me, how did you guys clear a compound that big? You keep it, get really good at the basics. If someone went left, I went right. And same with the guy behind me. And so it was great to be a part of the team. And yeah, I took the shots. And it's just, that was one of the things that even in the house, guys were asking, who got him? And so it came out instantly. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was a team effort all the way back to, we were just talking, Adam and I, about the woman that found bin Laden.
Yeah.
There's such a team on the way in there.
Sure.
And I'm proud of it when I can help people who lost people on 9/11 with the healing process.
Yeah.
But the rest of us, I've never said I just killed bin Laden. It's not like they sent me and I came through the skylight. I'm not Charlie Sheen for crying out loud.
You motherfuckers clear this shit? I'm going to put a bullet in his head.
I got a thing to do real quick. Hold tight.
You weren't like Rambo.
You were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've also talked about it years ago. And what I love about your take on it or whatever, the humility is obviously apparent, first and foremost, but also like humanity. Like you talk about how it was, his kid was there and it's like, it was kind of fucked up, but you got to do what you got to do. That to me just shows me what kind of person you are. That's why, like, cool. You're a good guy. You know what I mean?
I like to think so too, and that house was like every other house. There's people in there trying to get on with their lives. Yeah, he was a scumbag.
Yeah,
but there's still kids in the corner screaming. There's still women screaming. There's 3 families in the house.
Yeah,
and the realization that even watching my guys, when we know this house can blow up, if anyone's gonna rig a house to blow, it's bin Laden. We're going to die in the house. But it wasn't stopping my guys from running across dangerous areas to grab a kid who got separated from their parents and moved them over so they wouldn't scream.
Yeah.
Like just watching what the good guys would do.
Yeah.
And the humanity of these kids are just fucking scared.
Yeah.
And it's real when you're there. It's one thing to watch it on television, and it's another thing to actually be there. It's like when you see politicians on TV, that for some reason people think they're larger than life. These are just idiots out there running their mouths too. In their case, they're even dumber than we are.
It's nice to hear from you because it's like even approaching something like that without hatred. It doesn't sound like you had hate in your heart. It sounds like you were fulfilling a mission you had to do, but you, like Tank said, you're doing it with love.
Even if you went into it, no, he probably didn't kill him with love.
Not with love, and still enough to be aware.
Hate's a strong word, but the chances of him dying were a lot greater than him not dying.
Sure, of course. I don't mean for him. I mean for the surrounding people.
Oh, no, yeah. And that's what I learned, too, was because that was not the first mission I'd been on. And we'd been Iraq, Afghanistan, parts of Yemen. I was on the team that rescued Richard Phillips from Somali pirates. The majority of people, and I found this in Ramadi, Fallujah, and Baghdad, the majority of people are just trying to get on with their lives. And they got to deal with all the bullshit. Like we said, the loudest
like
assholes.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah. Like when what we consider the good guys would leave, Al Qaeda shows up as soon as we leave, and these people are still there. They got to play both sides.
And
they got to live too. They got to figure out.
So
how
I mean,
to eat.
yes, there are people I hated, and the more someone shoots at you, the more you tend to hate them. But a lot of people,
that guy's a dick.
Fuck this guy.
Oh, what's up, man? Fuck you.
Yeah. So you have been your book, The Operator, and your podcast, The Operator, which, all 7 of you that listen, and Freddie Firepipes, there's a new podcast you got to listen to. Sunny Beach Walks 4K. There's another podcast you got to listen to. The Operator. You were part of the Osama bin Laden raid, the Captain Phillips, and what was the other one? There was 3.
I was on the mountain when we went to rescue the lone survivor.
That's right. Jesus.
So that's Marcus Luttrell. And that wasn't, again, it's not like I went in and got him. We had a huge coalition of people trying to find Marcus.
But still, bro, you were adjacent.
You were picked. Like, you were like in the dodgeball league. Like, they're like, pick this fucking guy. How do they pick you guys?
What's funny about that, too, is I've had Green Berets that I know well. They've just messing with me because never lose your sense of humor wherever you are.
Yeah.
Because
I like
a shitty situation, you can laugh.
Even in that situation.
Yeah, but some of these Green Berets have said that, like, you're like the Forrest Gump of the Navy. Only they said you can't run as fast and you're not as good looking. I'm like, what? Fuck you, dude.
And not as smart, probably.
I guarantee that.
I mean, there must be. I love comedy as a form of tension relief. You need a lighter?
No, I'm good. I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying this.
I love comedy as a form of tension relief, and I can't imagine an area or a time where there would be more tension relief needed than in a situation like that. So you guys must be fucking funny. Dude.
The darkest places. Well, like when the helicopter crashed in the front yard, landed. The helicopter pilot put it down the front yard, knowing he couldn't lift off. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But my helicopter, we didn't know they crashed, and so the tail of the helicopter is over the side of the mud wall surrounding his house. And I heard him saying so there was dash 1, dash 2. I heard him saying dash 1 going around, dash 1 going around. They were saying dash 1 going down. Oh. So all that, we didn't know what happened. Long story short, when we're inside, one of the guys inside, a helicopter crashed. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, you walked right past it. So I'm trying to get this registered in my head.
But they were going around.
Were you just dialed in?
But here's the sense of humor. The sniper who was outside, his job is to grab the dog, Cairo, and do 2 laps around the whole thing to make sure no one escaped. And he didn't know they crashed. So he came to the point. He's outside. She's the tail. And he came over the phone or the radio and said, all right, guys inside, be on alert. They're definitely ready. They have a training mock-up of our super secret helicopter in the front yard. And the boss came over the radio and goes, no, jackass, that's ours. And he goes, because we crashed. And the sniper goes, yeah, it makes a lot more sense than the shit I was just saying. It wasn't on purpose, was it? And I'm like, guys, did we go get Bin Laden? What the fuck are you saying? Stop.
This is happening on the way. See, I missed that.
We're going up
Zero Dark 30.
We're going up the stairs at this point, and he's outside making jokes.
No matter how much you prepare, this is very different. I'm not trying to compare the two things, but I remember when I went to go shoot a bunch of episodes of this thing with Ellen for EllenTube, you would think they were like prepared for it. And they were like, last second, they were like, wait, no, sit over here. Wait, what are we doing? Hold on a second. It's just amazing to me that no matter how well you prepare, there's always something. Life still finds a way to
The only time the perfect plan exists is when you're planning.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you can plan all you want, and then as soon as we leave, something bad happens. The worst thing, when we were planning the mission, we had the perfect plan. And on a Wednesday, we had like 2 weeks to prepare, and we're around this table that someone took the time to scale model Bin Laden's house. And we had the perfect plan, some of the best tactical minds in the world, and the boss said, all right, what's the worst thing that could happen? And the youngest guy in the room said, the helicopter could crash in the front yard. And we're like, what the fuck? Why are you bringing us that karma? Well, he goes, let's talk about that for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Nothing else came to fruition.
When you made the little Bin Laden house, did anybody decorate it? Like put any posters on the wall?
They had it look exactly like what they thought it looked like.
Like New Kids on the Block posters or whatever?
It's funny when you hear these conspiracy theorists on the internet too. They're bullshit about, well, we have this technology where we can not only see your license in your hand, we can tell what kind of roaches you have. No, you can't.
Right.
We had the best one, and 2 weeks later they crashed it. Like, that's what we got. Bullshit. It's like we're not that great. Everyone else really sucks.
Right, right.
This podcast is instilling a lot of confidence.
Oh, yeah, the American Empire.
Well, you know what? The confidence is in the team. Like you said,
Yeah.
you can only prepare so much, but that's why you probably have to pick a team, or you definitely have to pick a team that's good on their feet to know when a plan goes sideways, like, all right, listen.
We're going to be able to adapt to it and take a breath. Like, if you want to be fast, slow down. But also, the more I traveled, the more I realized
That was a banger.
Seriously, it is. Slow the fuck down. Take a breath. You're going faster. You're talking faster than you realize. Slow down.
I just watched Adam's whole life change.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Like,
It took him like 3 seconds. He was like, "Yeah, let's go." Whoa, hold on a second.
When I first got to boot camp, so we're talking basic training in the Navy, and I'm from Butte, Montana, which is not exactly in the middle of everything.
Do you know Rip or?
The Rip from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I love that character. But now everyone
What a question.
Well, everyone I grew up
being
with
silly.
Montana now because of Rip. They think they're Rip.
Why won't-
And they drive a dually. I'm like, dude, I know you're tough, but you're a dentist still. Okay.
Yeah, use it to pull teeth. I tie a fucking string around the molar and just.
But what I realized though, I went to boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois, from Montana, thinking everyone's so much better. But then you got two kids that were rival gang members in LA. You got a dude from Florida, a dude from Iowa, and I'm looking around and like what we all have in common is we're all scared shitless right now. We're all just regular dudes thinking, what the fuck did I do? Well, how did I get here? Most people, like there's the 1% of people who can smoke all night and then run 5-minute miles. Most of us can't. Most of us are normal dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, like okay, LeBron, not a normal dude. He's a 1%er. That's why he's been in the NBA for 30
I bet
years.
you he feels still those butterflies.
Jesus, I'm allergic to.
Wait, he got pissed. He got pissed the other night, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you can't fuck with the king, man. He's
He did get fouled.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he also traveled.
Right. Well, hey, listen, you got to give him you got to give the Jordan rules to that.
Yeah, true.
Let him get an extra step.
So, Robert, here on Meme Daddies, we look at memes because we're daddies and we talk about them, and then they usually. I don't have a lighter. I have matches.
I'll get to it in a second.
No. Adam was asking. Oh wait, you were asking for him.
Yeah, Frank.
I'll get it.
So usually they spur conversations, topics. It's just like we use the memes as a catapult or a springboard into conversations. So I have one that is. It may take up 2 episodes. I don't know.
And before we start, I mean, you like memes?
I love memes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually was just. My wife falls asleep. I'm in bed. I have my headphones on, and she's like, "What are you doing? You're shaking the bed over them." I'm like, people are creative. This
Just
is
laughing.
funny.
Yeah.
So, and it's not even that it's funny. It's someone thought of this. That's what's funny.
We have that. I love that. I love that type of laugh where it's like people are fucking weird, man.
Yeah, but they're creative. I mean, when you get past the hate and you get to the what the internet was intended for, there's some funny talent
Stuff that rises up to go
it's funny.
viral.
Yeah.
It's like, how did they come up with it,
The
man? It's
internet
brilliant.
was created for laughs and porn, and anything other than that really has no place on, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
And funny porn,
But never at the same time. You like funny porn?
Oh yeah,
Oh, see, I can't do it.
I love laughing. Oh my god, I have a great story. Hold on a second. I haven't thought about this in 15 years. College is weird, right? Obviously. I told this story on another episode where I lived in a frat house and I got kicked out because I was smoking pot in the frat house. I was a boarder in the frat house, just to clarify why I was there. Boarder means I wasn't in the frat, but I only visited University of Maryland for 1 day, and as a transfer student, you couldn't get on-campus housing. You couldn't get into the dorms. But these frats, which were empty because they sucked, this one the most, had a lot of boarders, meaning we paid room and board to them.
Help with rent, yeah.
Exactly. It's like fucking having
A tenant.
a transient live in your fucking, your basement apartment
The couch.
because you can't figure it out. Yeah. So this guy, who was like 25, by the way, which is just, it's old for college, balding, like, just what are you doing here, dude? Calls me into his room one day and he shows me this Peter North film, right? And Peter North, it's just a compilation of this guy busting nuts all over people's faces.
He's legendary for
And
like
the-
super
He
soaker
is known
nut.
for that. Yeah.
And the volume is on 11. And Peter North is like, "Ugh!" And he is laughing his ass off, and I just like slowly backed out of the room. I was like, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here, but I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
I want to look at porn by myself, and I don't think it's funny. It's the furthest thing from funny. There's no more opposite thing than horny and funny.
I agree with you.
Yeah, the parody porn I get, because that's just, Scooby-Doo, whatever.
Well, the acting is funny.
but
Scooby-Doo. Hold on, he brought up Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
For the setup.
I was looking at the TV.
He's a big Velma fan.
Velma, yeah, our friend.
But everyone's
is
a Velma fan.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
Yeah, we discussed that. Why is she so sexy? I guess it's just against type.
I think so, yeah.
She has huge tits too.
That helps. Yeah.
They did a good job with that parody, I'm just saying.
She is a cartoon.
Yeah.
She wears glasses.
Which is kind of sexy.
Yeah. So, all right. So the
I
meme.
think the conversation would go this
No,
direction.
I had no idea what we're gonna do.
Bro, Robert. It goes. I'm so glad you're prepared for anything because it goes a million different directions.
I'm ready.
I can't even keep up with it. We do an hour and I'm sweating internally at the end of it. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And that's how I hope the listeners feel. So if you're listening, rate, review, subscribe, share it. We need the help to beat the bots is the way we put it because the bots are, they're fucking ChatGPT is taking over the world. We're just trying to undo all of the mess that's been done by the algorithms and all that. So
Now, can you mess with the algorithms if you're getting all the nasty shit? Can you
wish.
defeat it by getting more positivity?
wish.
Like one of my things is I accidentally hit on like a violent fight video.
Oh, yeah,
And
you
now
can-
I want to get rid of them. I've seen enough people get shot for real. I don't need to watch it when I'm
Sure, yeah.
you can undo it for sure. A little bit. So if you see something like that comes up, scroll away as fast as possible, and don't click like, don't comment, don't share it. And then find some stuff you do like,
and then click on that.
it'll start to catch up to you.
I'm trying to get into food or something. Just get I'd rather look at pizza rolls than
absolutely.
than the murder video.
For sure. But
But
just
then part of me is like, is that real? And then I got to watch it again.
yeah.
That's
Well,
what-
that's
what
probably
I'm
why
like,
you're watching it two or three times in a row.
And for some reason, a bunch of gay sailor porn keeps coming up.
It's like, how come all of my Instagram algorithms gay sailor porn? You keep
Why am I
clicking on it.
holding my iPhone up with one hand?
Why does Zuckerberg have a thing for fucking gay sailors? It's not him. I hate to break it to you. It's where the attention goes, energy flows, brother.
Yeah, step this way, shipmate.
It's spiritual. So
Semen.
so this is
a real word.
This is Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin giving his speech when he wins the Oscar for Rust. So, anyways, I started blasting, and I bring it up. We love Alec Baldwin. He's a friend of the show. He's he is who he is. He's a wild character. But recently, it came out that he is being charged with involuntary manslaughter for the shooting. Now, as a munitions expert, do you think he should be charged or not? And if so,
I mean, if anything, it's negligence.
Sure.
But
well, there's people out there who think he shot the woman on purpose.
he didn't. I mean,
They're fucking
he's not an expert in handling firearms.
Alec Baldwin.
And the issue is neither was the person handling it. I was a range officer in charge of safety for everything from pistols to laser safeties to dropping bombs. That first of all, the issue there is that they hate the NRA so much they refuse to bring in a qualified safety guy, safety girl, and so they hire someone that's not good. And they said, well, they were taking pop shots in between shooting, bad choice of words, but in between scenes.
Filming.
outside. First of all, if you're running that as a range safety officer, there shouldn't be a live round within a mile.
There's no desk pops.
Yeah.
And there's no desk pop, seriously.
You gotta do a desk pop.
And also, I mean, and then it's their job to clear it and give it to him. Then he should be trained enough to know to clear it for himself. So it is on him.
And how would you be trained enough to know to clear it for yourself?
The person that's training the people that are using it, show them before they get on scene, here is how you use it. It's a revolver.
Here's what a live
Here's
bullet
what
look-
you do. Here's how you check it. And then not only do you check it, you show someone that you checked it. And then it's good. And then second of all, unless we're shooting this, you don't aim the gun at anyone ever, unless you intend to kill them.
Yeah.
If you're going to pull the gun, make sure if you pull it, you better be ready to use it and assume it's live. Even if you just checked it, assume it's a live round. Unless we're dealing with the actor and the stuntman, and even with that, with the way that camera angles are, you shouldn't have to point it at him anyway.
Do you know what happened or no?
No, I wasn't there.
No. Have you heard his story?
All I've heard is that he was shooting the scene and he's aiming at the person.
So here's what happened. So my wife and I did him and his wife's podcast. People love Hilary. They're fucking. She's got a ton of fans. By the way, they're so funny. inside for some reason. We went to dinner with them randomly one night in New York City, and they were like, we had our wedding here. And I was like, oh, that's great. He's like, yeah, we hired a bunch of fake Spanish people to be Hilaria's family. And I was like, wait, what?
That's a good deep
Have
joke.
fun with it, yeah.
And I was like, wait, you guys know about this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you joke about it? He's like, all the time. I'm like, why don't you joke about it publicly? It would kill the whole thing.
It would deflate the argument.
He called one day and this is, I make it seem like we talk all the time. We did their podcast, we had dinner, and he called me once. That's it. That's the extent of it. And he told me, he goes, listen, I want you to do like a serious looking, dramatically lighted interview with her where it's like, kind of like the one he did about the shooting, where it's like in the living room and you just ask Hilaria, like we put a cucumber on a boom and like you the whole pepino, like how do you, como se dice cucumber? And like you tell her to speak into the cucumber 30 seconds and that's it. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking do it tomorrow. I tell Jared, I'm like, let's go. And then it never happened. So they have a sense of humor, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, was she like when she would say how you say cucumber? Is she like doing a joke for herself to fuck with people, or is she trying to pretend she's from Spain? Because she spent a lot of time in Spain, right?
Well, she was
from Boston.
Born in Boston, raised in Spain. So if you move to Spain when you're 2 or 3 and you move back when you're 18. I mean, I fucking went to California for a year. I said water, and I moved back. I was like, it's water, bro. Fucking don't say water.
Don't say water.
I mean, that was within a year.
Yeah.
And I was a full-blown adult. So
it could be legit.
I think she just forgot the word. Like, you forget the word for fucking...
I forget the shit all the time. I was trying to say something. I said pizza roll. I couldn't remember what croissant is.
It was a bagel. The pizza roll, but no pizza.
No pizza and rolled up in a boomerang shape.
I met Alec Baldwin one time, and he was totally cool with me. Just a gentleman, nice guy, funny guy.
Yeah.
And I went to I was backstage watching SNL, and he was playing Trump, which I think he did an awesome job.
That's funny.
And personally, like I like the guy. I love his stuff. And even the shit with the paparazzi, some of those motherfuckers deserve to be punched. I got his back 100% on that.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I love Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
So the way we had dinner with them, and this was I don't think we spoke. I've never spoken about this publicly, but we had dinner with them, and it was like maybe like a month and a half after the shooting. Alec Baldwin is also a recovering alcoholic, as am I. He's been sober for like 30-something years. So I remember when the shooting happened, there was a picture of him looking fucking just distraught, and I was like, man, this guy's got to raw dog this whole experience. He can't kill his feelings at all. It's gonna suck. So a month and a half after the shooting or so, we're having dinner with them, and like a half an hour into the dinner, maybe 45 minutes, we're having a great conversation about kids and fucking beauty, and Jessica and Ilaria talking about skin and whatever. And Alex stops the conversation. He goes, all right, let's address the elephant in the room. And I was like, huh? And he's like, the shooting. And I was like, it wasn't even, you didn't have to. I mean, if you want to talk about it,
we were going to pretend.
Go ahead.
Conversation stopper.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
But you could tell it was like eating at him, that he wanted to tell somebody what happened. So when the way it went down in a 1-minute synopsis is Helena was telling him, hey, you know in a movie when you see like the revolver turn and it's like a scary, like you're looking down the barrel of a gun and the revolver turns, she goes, he's aiming it at the lens and the monitor's on the side, which film people can, back up. Like the monitor is not behind.
Yeah, right.
It's on the side. Mm-hmm. So he's aiming it, and she goes, all right, pull it back. I want to see it spin. I want to make sure the lighting's right. Okay, pull it back a little more. All right, pull it back a little more. And then she goes, all right, we got it. And when he let go of the hammer, that was what hit the bullet, and that sent it through. But there shouldn't have been a live bullet in there anyway.
There should not have been a live bullet. And that's not his fault.
Yes.
That's whoever was the safety person's fault.
But
I mean, there should be a ton of people fired at the minimum for having a live round anywhere in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Like I'd fire a guy if I was a Navy SEAL instructor and one of my guys did that when we're shooting simunition, I would shit can him. I would get rid of his trident. He would no longer be a SEAL. I'd kick him out.
Yeah.
Wow. For having a live round.
But people think he like was on set and just like pulled the trigger.
Again, that's the people that should have been training him, because probably what happened is it should lock back, but he probably has his finger on the trigger because it's a natural, if you're not used to guns, it is natural to hold it by the trigger. And again, seeing hate on the internet, God forbid if I ever posted a picture of me in combat where my finger's near the trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's an expert. Every couch commando in the world is telling, you've never been to combat, run towards, shut the fuck up, dude. But someone should have been, seriously, like the first time.
And this Dorito cheese all over his face.
Right.
Yeah. But anytime when I would instruct people how to shoot, I am right with them. I'm making sure they know everything they're doing. He's held prop guns before, but I don't think he should be. You have to redo your qualifications a certain amount of time. Everything you do, from explosives to skydiving to shooting, everything you do. So they need to requal him, make sure he's proficient and current. Probably with paperwork, seeing that you've done this there,
right.
and you're ready. So he would just be better with it. If nobody was there and the goddamn boom guy's telling him, just cock it back, you're good. Boom. You know? Again, I wasn't there, and I don't want to point fingers. And I wouldn't put Alec Baldwin to blame as much as they are.
It's a tragic mistake, is what it is.
Oh, it's no doubt about it.
Wait, what?
He's the producer. That's why it goes up to him.
Well, that's the other thing, and just we don't want to. I was joking about it's a lot to talk about though. There's so much. The real problem with that whole shoot is that it was underfunded, the budget wasn't right, and they were shooting fast and loose the whole time with everything. And that is why something like that they think
that's an issue when you're dealing with weapons. Though, you need to slow down. That's where that's the whole thing where there are certain points you can fudge, you can cut corners. When you're dealing with the immense safety aspect of it, you really need, like even with the best skydivers in the world that we're jumping with, we make sure, okay, now let's go through your emergency procedures.
The protocol is everything, right?
High speed malfunction, low speed malfunction. How do you do this? And that's so when it comes to muscle memory, you just kind of kick it.
Yeah, you need the stakes are too high to be
way too high.
It's not like the boom guy was too far
well,
away.
I just like saying boom guy.
Well, no, that I actually thought of that because of the cucumber boom. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not like he was standing too far and he didn't catch the sound. That's a mistake too, but this is
low stakes mistakes.
Low stakes mistakes. You just redo.
I'm just saying when you're pointing a gun, you need to have that. That needs to be your focus right now.
Yeah,
that needs to be your focus. What is your target and what is past your target?
For sure.
That's where you're looking, and you get the realization too that if you need to shoot something in here, it's gonna go through the wall.
Yeah.
And what's behind the wall? And who's in that house?
Yeah.
Like the 88 Magnum in Johnny Dangerously, it shoots through schools. A little ahead of his time there.
Dangerously, yeah.
That's back when you could make a good school
Michael
shooting
Keaton.
joke. Can't do that anymore. Great movie.
Oh,
88 Magnum.
So
Once.
So are you familiar with the trade meme format? The guy who's like known for making trades.
No.
I give you X, I receive B, or what?
very long-faced gentleman in a TikTok neon room.
I'm not, but I'm willing to learn.
Okay,
It's
so
a format, yeah.
So last night I was doing what you said you were doing. Like I was just in bed looking at memes, laughing. Like all of these memes I'm going to show, which is not all of these, but they made me laugh out loud last night.
That's really
and then I showed it to my wife, and I was brought back down to reality. It's not funny. She doesn't get it.
Same damn
the
thing.
whole night. It's a common. The number one reason for divorce in the next 30 years is going to be memes not being understood. Just kidding, honey. I'm never going to divorce you. We're going to die together.
And Better Call Saul can be your attorney. That'd be perfect.
Better Call Saul. I love him.
Your Honor, she didn't laugh at the meme he showed him. What? He gets everything. So this one, I think the word in it is just funny. So we receive in it, and Britain receives y'all. That's the trade we're going to make.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
This is the first time I've seen this, and I love it.
Oh, my God, dude. America receives in it, which is probably so much fun to say.
Yeah, isn't it?
And Britain receives y'all, which is equally as fun to say. It's just two words together in one word.
So how is this working? You trade them out?
Yeah. So
that's okay. No, it's making sense to me. I just don't know how to explain it.
So we'll get to say in it now.
They can say. I love that. No, so what's the story with the guy? What's his?
It just became a meme image. This guy offering trades on TikTok.
We receive, you receive.
See, I'm loving this because someone thought of that. Now, does that mean do we get to say y'all anymore? Or do we trade them? Like you
That's a good question. Do we have to stop saying y'all?
Great question. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, that just became my favorite person on planet Earth.
The North should receive y'all because it is so much more efficient and fun to say.
I say it with my Texan clients.
I say it on
up,
the
y'all?
I say it on the
This
internet.
is killing me because the more I look at him, it's like this motherfucker has been brokering this deal for weeks.
Shrewd, right? Negotiator.
If this deal falls apart, his life is over. a lot of shit that can go wrong.
His life is over, isn't it?
Yeah. Y'all's life is over, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Literally, I have some tears now. That guy is. I love him.
That one made me laugh for a while.
Because I love it because it's so simple. But the more shit that comes to your head, it's like spurring creativity.
So that's a great point. That's what happened. I think that it was so concise, and I always say a good meme is like super concise. You got to trim out all the fat.
Oh, no doubt.
And it's just symbols and images, and like there's so much is communicated in that little fucking interaction or that trade that it would change change the world.
And it looks so serious. The format looks so serious, and it's just a silly idea.
When,
it's just silly.
Now, when did this come out?
Maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, God, where have I been?
Yeah, this was a popular one.
Oh,
This is like a hardcore meme hound image. It's not like,
But see, this is the shit I'm going to... When my Jessica and I are in bed tonight and she's sleeping... I'm going to be searching for this and just finding different examples of this. And it's 2 years old. Jeez, I need to get my...
And you know what happens fucking when you go down a rabbit hole of a particular image.
Well, and it gets you... You're already in that mood.
And then one gets you, and you've already looked at his face 80 times, and you've given him a whole personality and a whole life story.
Trade offer. And it's like, yeah, he's been...
Alert.
Yeah, he's
breaking.
Right. He's just moved 2 guys from the 4th round. You get a 1st round pick.
Yeah.
In 2025. Here's the offer.
Do you want to say in it?
And we will take y'all.
Yes or no?
Oh, that's good.
I know. It's fucking great.
Oh.
And this one, maybe I was in a mood or something. I knew you were coming on, so I was looking for
I'm just leaning because I lost some eyesight, but I got full effect of these.
So they need to legalize dueling. People were so much less offended back then. People back then. You called my mother a bad seamstress. That thee. Motherfuckers were shooting each other over your mama jokes.
They need to bring your mama was a bad seamstress. They need to bring a duel back.
Yeah.
It's one of those talking shit in person things. Like,
yeah.
You might just get smacked. You might just end up in a duel. Can you imagine when the Republicans were trying to figure out who the Speaker of the House was going to be and they couldn't, if they brought duels back?
A bunch of dead-ass Republicans in that fucking
they would have figured it out real quick.
Yeah.
There's no consequences anymore. You just fucking drag shit out as long as you want. I didn't know what filibustering was for a very long time.
That's a real thing. There have been dudes on the floor of Congress that literally read the phone book. When we used to have phone books, they would sit there and read it, and then someone else comes in. I think you could shift it out.
That would be on the founding fathers' mind when they come up with the fucking Constitution, that's what's going to happen. Come on.
Just let these motherfuckers sit for 3 weeks.
Exploit a technicality.
And not vote.
That's their style.
Yeah.
And then they're going to tell you whatever. I mean, and these, not to get political, but all these people that are high and mighty.
Too political, unfollowing.
They're gearing up for a different committee assignment. Like, how about this trade-off?
Yeah.
Trade offer. You fuck off.
I receive sanity, and you receive logical reasoning. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Not fucking,
The seamstress, though, that's good.
I heard somebody say, this is mean, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I didn't say it. I'm just saying I heard it. Politics is like Hollywood for ugly people. You ever heard that before?
No, that's good, though.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular, especially not like Mitch McConnell or anybody, Nancy Pelosi. Nobody in particular who's especially... But, they want attention, they want fucking power and accolades, and they want to be listened to.
If you don't think they don't love getting on television.
Oh,
love it.
God, dude. That's the whole thing. They just don't have, they're not willing to, get rejected at auditions for 3 years before their big break.
For ugly people.
And popularity is everything. As long as you're popular.
How about the dude, too, from New York? I forgot his name, but they figured out he was lying the whole time.
My
God. Now everyone's up in arms. Oh, he's been lying the whole time. Well, it's over you, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
George
this guy
Santos.
took it to another level,
he was next level.
This guy's lying about everything.
At least he kind of owned it, though.
Yeah, he did.
You
got to respect it in a crazy
Ilhan
way.
Omar saying, well, I didn't know that Jews were associated with money. It's like, well, okay, fine. This guy's like, yeah, I said I was Jewish.
Wait, but you're not Jewish? Wait, but you're not gay either? Wait, but
Well, the drag queen
you didn't
thing,
go to school you said you went to?
the drag queen thing was especially interesting because it's like it's something that people make such a big deal out of politically.
Right.
And it's like this guy was hardcore Republican, conservative, and then picture surface of him dressed as a drag queen in fucking Rio or wherever he was. Not once, but like a lot of times.
A couple times. We're starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah. The guy might not be trustworthy.
Excuse me, Congressman. Sorry, Diamond.
Yeah, he modeled his life after after Leonardo DiCaprio's fucking character in Catch Me If You Can.
Well, like we were saying earlier, too, these people are like, they have shit in their closet, too. Like, they have their thing.
Everyone
They
does.
just didn't play high and mighty all the damn time.
That's right.
That's the whole thing. That's my, like, I remember when, the whole Me Too thing happened, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna flush out Hollywood, then we're gonna flush out finances, then we're gonna flush out plumbers, I guess, and then flush out fast food workers because
no one left.
Everybody's a piece of shit.
Everyone's a piece of shit.
How about Biden had documents? Why did he have documents? Joe!
Well, he probably forgot he had them in his defense.
Well, and in his defense, too, he's been there for 50 years. You're getting, hey, you make a congressional omelet, you're gonna break some eggs.
Got a couple of documents.
He's been in there his whole life.
Yeah. Oh, I went snowboarding this past weekend, and I was not sure if I should make this joke, but I did. On the trail, we went snowmobiling on a tour with this company, and we drove past an abandoned school bus. And when we stopped, I was like, "Is that where Bernie lives, or is that what?" And the guy was like, "Oh shit! I didn't know how it was going to go over. It went over pretty well." Bernie Sanders lives in a fucking abandoned school bus in the middle of the woods in Vermont. He keeps it real humble. He's got a net worth of like $10.
Yeah.
So you can't fault the guy, although they're all fucking rich, every single one of them.
Well, yeah, you go in there and get rich.
Of course,
It's not
bro.
it's the.
You think I'm not going to make a couple of trades based on information I'm privy to?
100%, and they all do it.
It's the only reason I would do it.
Right,
The only reason
leverage.
I'd run for Congress is get fucking information. Oh, y'all are going to approve in it? I'm going to fucking invest in it.
Give me a couple days, and it's a trade-off.
Invested in Lad Bible.
I'm over there in my diamond jacket. Hey, I got some big news on it.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying servicing my my people, but
Yeah, it's public servant.
getting rich as fuck in the meantime.
They're all doing it.
Of course.
Yeah. You go in there, and what's their salary? $140,000 a year, and then get people that are worth $100 million.
Yeah. It's
Thanks-
speaking engagement.
Thanks for your service. Yeah, it's speaking engagements.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing too. Getting out too. I'm in the speaking industry, and some of the agencies I've dealt with have said, yeah, these politicians get out and nobody wants to hire them. They're like, well, people used to listen to me a couple hundred times a year, and like because they had to.
Yeah.
They're not cutting a check for you to show up. Right.
Really? Oh, they only want them when they're in office?
Yeah, the money comes in because they're funding them for their campaign to get elected, so their pet project that they got their pork in can get into the. We got a veterans bill, but also I need this bridge to nowhere.
Once they're
Nobody
out.
Nobody. Who's going to hire Mitch McConnell to speak? Him and his fucking jowls.
They got no juice
He
anymore.
needs 2 seat in first class.
Yeah.
I do love hearing him say reprehensible.
It's a tough word.
It's a big word.
It's a tough word. So
That'd be a good trade.
this next meme,
Who to get it to?
Mitch McConnell's chin for the word reprehensible.
I'm unsure of it. We may have to cut it out for multiple reasons.
The meme?
The meme, yeah, the next one I'm about to show.
Great.
And this girl follows me. She's so sweet. She's so engaged. She's so fucking. Maybe it's not her who runs it. I don't know. But she pops up all the time on all of my pages, even my personal page, which is like, wow. But Victoria's Secret hires their first Down syndrome model. Zip.
Oh, man. She's attractive.
She's so hot.
Yeah, she's attractive. Isn't that the idea? That's the thing that's fucked up. It's like,
I love how Skeletor has made such a comeback.
Yeah.
He made him until we meet again.
why is he at Denny's?
Zip.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
Why is he jerking off at Denny's? That's a hell of a moon's over my hammy.
I'm about to grand slam this dick into a fucking sleep. So here's my problem-ish with representation and diversity and all that. They fucking put a chick on with whatever it's called, the skin condition where she's half black, half white, Winnie Harlow. She's still fucking hot. Ashley Graham, full body. She's still fucking hot.
Smoking hot, yeah.
So pretty, dude. We got a Down syndrome model. Look at us. Look at how fucking progressive are. She's the hottest fucking Down syndrome person to ever live.
No doubt about it.
She's hotter than most people without Down syndrome.
Now, is she I've again never met her. Does she have a sense of humor?
I don't know. She's so fucking. Grace Strobel is her name, and she was a model for some big campaign, not Victoria's Secret, but another one. And it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm just saying.
If I was single, you know what I mean? Equal opportunity.
You can't cut that, but if you do, you got to send me that meme because that's again, someone thought.
We're not going to cut it. We are who we are. It is what it is.
You remember the Irma Gerd?
No. Oh yeah.
I saw someone sent me, and she was holding my book. Said the operator.
The real what?
Yeah, the
real
operator.
girl?
Yeah. I think it was just the same thing. The poor girl opened her Christmas presents.
The Erperer. That's fucking funny.
Oh, the skeleton.
But this girl's so pretty, dude.
She's very pretty.
Grace Strobel. She's like 18, 19 years old. She's gonna have a great life. She's not gonna be able to appreciate it, but she's.
Didn't you think you had Down syndrome at one point? And
Yes.
Everyone was lying to you. That's a good icebreaker for the DMs.
You know, I used to think I was.
I dabbled in Down syndrome myself.
Yeah, I had a little.
It's a good line at Denny's.
I had a mild case of the Downies as well.
I think he's jerking off at Denny's simply because he get his ass whooped at Waffle House.
Yeah.
They don't fuck around there.
Yeah, Waffle House.
Waffle House?
Different level.
No, dude. Fucking get a spatula and a 9 for your training equipment. Oh man, this girl. She's really interesting. But give me somebody who's really Down syndromed and overweight and bad hair, can't brush her hair.
Are you trying to make Jordan Peterson's head explode? That would be that's how you kill the man. You want to kill him?
Yeah, imagine he tweets a fucking picture of her. Not hot. Along the same lines, there is this guy who has been under fire recently for dating a 23-year-old woman who looks like an 8-year-old. I'm not a creep. You've heard of this guy.
I have. I've seen him.
So okay.
No, go with it.
So are you telling me this fucking girl doesn't look like a miniature old person? She doesn't look like she's 8, dude. She looks
Did they ID her and get a social security number and a date of birth and all that shit? Because she looks like a mini old person, but she also looks like an old young person.
Well, she had some kind. So last fucking episode, I said, if I shave my beard, I'm an old-looking young guy. If I have it, I'm a young-looking old guy. Like I relate to her struggle.
You look like what would you say? You look like an old baby?
Giant baby.
You look like the youngest
baby.
old man.
A man baby. No, but see, if she's of age and she wants to date, that's fine. But that dude.
I think she's older than him.
She looks like she's 7.
And I'm saying, but I don't want to have a hidden camera behind his closed doors because that guy, although his mustache game is strong,
It would be, in my opinion, like the equivalent to dating a little person. Like, do they not deserve love because they're short?
Or like anybody Shaq would ever date.
Her face looks.
Everybody's that size.
She doesn't look that young. I mean, if she wasn't standing next to him, he'd be like.
She does. She looks like she's older than she. But I'm saying as they're out there getting ready to paddleboard, and obviously their kiddie pool. There's some. It just to me, instead of fuck her, I want to save her.
Right.
Yeah. But maybe that's part of what turns him on. He wants to save.
Like everyone's got their thing.
The guy's ripped. Looks like right. The guy's in good shape.
He could probably get
Not
it.
that it matters. It shouldn't matter. But I'm saying that it's like my point is like he's not.
Yeah, but it's a lot of cardio putting together playgrounds.
Right. Well, people, he's got to build her bed every year.
He has to carry her in from the car when she's asleep. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you gotta clean off the clown suit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude.
So people are like, "What's up with this guy? Is he actually a pedophile?"
Technically, no.
Undercover, but like,
right.
Because the whole thing with pedophiles is that they like the age is what turns them on, not the look,
not the height.
Right.
not the height. It's not like
not the height or the booster seat.
he's like, yeah, you're too tall. You're 12. I'm not into it. Like, it's the age I think that gets them going, not the fucking the appearance.
How do they meet? Did we get a story on that? And scene.
So the reason that she's small is because she had some kind of devastating brain cancer when she was younger, and the treatment stunted her growth. So she's not like, it's not like she's even especially genetically small. It was a result of a medical procedure, I think. I read the article kind of, I skimmed it. I couldn't stop looking at the pictures because I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I
got to clean myself off. Get me back to the Down syndrome girl in the bikini.
Right.
It's also
too dirty.
It's also the New York Post. To be fair,
what was their headline from the New York Post?
I'm dating a 23-year-old woman who looks like an 8-year-old girl. I'm not a creep. So this girl, Shauna Ray, has a show on guess what station? TLC.
Yeah.
Of course. She's got a show. She's famous.
Yeah.
What page was this on? Age 6?
Oh, wow. That joke almost wrote itself.
It did. I just plucked it. It was right there.
Trade off.
Watch this.
Watch this. Age 6. Very good.
Thank you.
So, Robert,
Yes.
you're a touring speaker, an author. You have a podcast called The Operator.
Yes.
But you're not always doing that. And we talked a little bit about this before the podcast where we were talking about our propensity for laziness when there's nothing on the horizon to do.
Yep.
Right? Now, you always kind of have something to do.
Yeah, something always comes up.
Yeah. So your free time is limited, and when you do get free time, some fucking idiot asks you to drive an hour and a half to smoke a cigar.
Well, you
and talk about
didn't
memes.
just ask me. You sent me a picture and guilted me. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
We haven't had a cigar.
Well, I really just sent it to you to reminisce.
No, it did. It worked.
You turned it into a guilt thing.
I kind of did, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that. So I rarely have anything to do ever, and I think it's really fucking with me. Because I'll pull up to the gym, and the car ride that's 10 minutes knocks me out. I get to the gym, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna nap. I'm just gonna nap for a half an hour,
In the
and then
car.
yeah. 2 hours go by. It's now dark, which is devastating, and I feel like a piece of shit. And I'm not even tired. I'm not even sleepy. So I saw this tweet. It fucking hit me in the heart. Was about to take a nap when I realized I'm not even sleepy. I just don't want to unload the dishwasher. And the question is, when you're not running, do you do that? Do you avoid tasks by napping?
I will at first because I really like to just sit down and do nothing and get bored. And there's nothing. I wasn't bored for a long time, but I've been doing this past week, and I realized once I'm bored, shit, now I'm bored. What do I got to do?
Yeah.
And so that is tough, but sometimes just sitting down and doing nothing is fine with me.
Sure.
Literally doing nothing, and I think you can kind of work on yourself and
Not scrolling or literally
see,
nothing.
It'll turn into scrolling eventually.
Sure.
But I'll sit there and like look outside, look at the trees or something.
Yeah.
Even take a walk and enjoy the quiet. But then I kind of got to get back into it.
Yeah.
And even with the dishes, I'll do the whole I'll lay down, but then turn on an audiobook, do the dishes, and pretend you're.
Yeah.
But like again, I think a workout's important every day. Do something active, but also if you don't feel like it, there's nothing wrong with not working out.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't become the
Well,
the
you don't want to
predominant-
turn into just the lazy piece of shit.
You want that to
swing
be
the other way.
You want that to be
Well,
the
I mean,
exception.
like my podcast, The Operator. If you're taking care of your shit, you're an operator. If your shit's taken care of, it's not like you're behind in the mortgage and your lights are off and you're laying on the couch and someone moves your couch. Like if everything's good,
Very true.
It's okay to take a break. There's
a great
nothing.
point.
You don't need to always be doing shit. And even if you feel like you need to do shit, it's okay to write a list of shit and it's there.
Yeah.
And even if you don't do it, you did something about it. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like that.
Baby steps.
So, I mean, don't kill yourself because you didn't do everything. Nothing's. You're never going to figure everything out.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. I mean,
I think I am.
It's also
I
like
think I got it. I got it. I'm good. I did have a boss one time at the height of both wars, Iraq and Afghanistan, and dudes are just busy, especially like the bosses. Yeah. And I remember walking up to one of my bosses, and they're working nonstop. And I walk up to him and I said, "Hey, you got a second?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm all caught up. What you got?" And I'm like, "You're not fucking caught up, you asshole."
but he's probably thinking caught up enough. Like to your point.
Well, it's like you're gonna be 41 anyway, and the problem's gonna probably be there when you get back.
Yeah.
So go get a burrito or a croissant or a pizza or whatever.
I used to feel that way about work emails.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't stop.
Yeah.
So it's like I used to feel like I have to get to the end every fucking couple hours. Like let me get. But then I realized
There is no end.
it's better to do quality work
it is.
and create some space for yourself.
You
'cause
ever,
you're gonna do
you ever
better.
tried deleting all of them?
Oh,
And then when the important ones will probably hit you up again.
That's
Look at
actually
that.
not
Watch
bad.
this. Boom, boom, shift, pow. Go
Yeah,
look at
back
that.
to the top, just checking in.
I just did everything. Here's another one from Yahoo Sports.
I would love to. How many images do you have on your phone? Do you know?
Oh, thousands.
Yeah, I have. I mean, every time I travel somewhere, I'm like, I'm going to use this time to delete I'm going to delete 15,000 photos because I have like 37,000 on there right now. And I never do it.
No, it's hard. It's like cutting someone out of your life. Like I might need this later. I was at my dad's house the other day. He had a thing of garlic salt with a 88-cent tag from Woolworth, and I think that thing went out of business in 1991.
Woolworth?
It's like, Dad, has this been moving with you?
Did it disintegrate?
It's garlic. Well, it's like a garlic block.
Yeah, oh,
but like that's that shit you can't. I might need this brick of garlic salt eventually.
You might make a bouillon.
Dad, you're almost
Parents
80,
never
man.
throw away food, man. You got to really
That's
check
not
that
even food.
refrigerator,
He doesn't
bro.
throw away shit you put on food.
Right.
You don't even have food in the fridge, but you got garlic salt in case you just spice up your fucking Nikes.
So I heard somebody say a long time ago, this is when I was very, very, very busy, college and, all this stuff, and I had no free time at all. And my sister at the time was unemployed and, whatever, just kind of like trying to figure things out. She was younger, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But she was watching CSI all day, every day, and she was miserable. So I heard somebody say free time is only valuable when you don't have any. And I remember looking at her, and I was like, that's why it's not cool for her to just sit around all day. It's what that's her state of being.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes how I feel now because I have enough time where it makes me guilty, but then like I love days where I have like 12 to 15 things to do. Like
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I could see that.
And they don't have to take a half an hour each. Some things could be a 5-minute thing, but they need to be done. And I've never feel better than when I have shit going on.
Yeah, that's true. I bought I got the new PlayStation, and I also have a Nintendo. And I haven't opened the PlayStation because I said, well, guys, get on there, and I know me, and I'll start playing whatever those war games, and I'll waste the whole day.
Now, do you dominate? I just have to.
No, I don't even play it because I feel like I'd love it too much, and I don't want to waste time. But then I'll play 5 hours of fucking Tech Mobile. Like 10-minute games, I'm not wasting my time. Go, Bo Jackson. Come on.
Yeah.
I would watch you on Twitch if you were playing a war game just to see, like,
the thing is, though,
this guy's playing the game?
That's the opposite, though. I would get my ass kicked by these
Really?
10-year-olds.
By these kids?
And my dumbass would get headset, and they would be talking shit, and I'd want to fucking kill them. I've had dudes, little dudes at gun shows that I've been at and doing what we call a dog and pony show, and I've had kids that know more about my guns than I do, simply because of the video games.
Yeah.
So they're legit. So like, part of me doesn't want to waste time, part of me doesn't want to fall in love, and most of me doesn't want to get my ass handed to me.
Is there ever a future of the military where they start to draft kids like that?
I think they are now.
For special
Space
ops?
Force. Space Force.
Get in like these fucking 11-year-olds that are nasty with a gun.
And is it because they're doing so? Like I know there's some remote, operation with drones, and people are like sitting behind a screen. Is that what they would have these kids doing?
I guess so. Yeah, something with the communications and the satellites and everything that has to do with being on a screen. Like you got these dudes that.
Wow,
we got these dudes that are in Vegas flying the drones, and they're claiming PTSD because they're killing real people 7,000 miles away. Yet 5 hours later, they're at the casino. Fever fucking 5, baby. Chucking you don't have PTSD. You're broke.
Right.
You just wasted all your housing allowance on crafts.
Oh my God.
But there's people that are doing it. They're flying these missions from Vegas, from an Air Force base right outside. So the answer is yes. I mean, we're always going to need people to go in.
Sure.
But, I mean, look at robots. Look at the technology there. I mean, someone needs to control the robot until the Terminator takes over.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that with robots because aren't they going to start to take the place of like the fire department? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about a robot being able
Fahrenheit
to go
451, the dogs.
right? They're able to go in, knock walls down, take whatever, save people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go in and they don't get burnt.
The problem, obviously, as you illustrated before, is the ability to on the spot improvise, adapt.
Well, the human element, because you like the self-driving cars. Everyone loves them until they crash in San Francisco. Oh my God, the self-driving. Well, yeah, you didn't have a human there.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap this episode up, but do you familiar with electric cars? Because I just want to talk shit about Tesla for a second.
I'm electric cars, yes.
Yeah. Electric vehicles.
Electric vehicles, that's a whole different animal. Yeah, everything down to the 30,000 people that are in one mine that shouldn't have humans in it. They're getting cobalt with their hands. Yet, I have an iPhone and a Tesla.
The problem with the Tesla is the mileage is a lie, for sure. 100%.
Like iPhone battery
You
lie.
can't go that far.
So you can get like a 400-mile charge out of a Tesla. I drove to Vermont. I had to charge. It's only 170 miles away, and I had to charge on my way there. Then when we were there, I got a little bit behind the 8 ball because the supercharger was like a half an hour drive, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking drive a half an hour to go charge. But I had like 70 miles left, and after that snowmobile tour, I had to make it to the supercharger. I almost didn't make it. It was 15 miles away.
Oh, wow.
It's not, bro. It's like to the tune of like maybe half.
Now, are they all electric, or is it part gas, part electric?
Tesla's fully electric.
Wow.
Backup system.
I had an electric car when I first got out of the Navy and started speaking, when I started making a little bit of money. And it was a BMW i8 because you could put it into gas mode and that'll charge the battery for you.
Great.
But I didn't buy it because I was single at the time. I didn't buy it because it was environmentally sound. I went in to look at it. The sales guy goes, "You like the BMW i8? It's like a Ferrari, just without the douchebag." I was like, "I'll take it."
Good sales pitch.
Yeah, you got me.
Very good.
Better than the pitch about the cigar that George gave you.
What was the pitch that I gave him?
That it was like
It was
like Jesus.
oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
Like Jesus coming in is,
Yeah. Where would Peter North do it?
like Jesus coming back is what I said.
Jesus and Peter North. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Jesus, Peter North. What are you laughing at, Josh? What the fuck is so funny? This guy's degrading women. I respect women. You need the Rachel?
The Rachel?
The Rachel
that's
is
the vacuum.
the dustbuster.
Did I blast it on myself?
Maybe.
I think I'm good. I thought I got moved somewhere. whatever you're looking
You
for,
just
you
wanted
got
to
it.
do that.
I did. Watch this. Watch me dust bust Robert's nuts. So, all right, I think that's, we're good, right, on this episode. I think we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot
Gosh,
about you.
I learned a ton.
And what did you learn?
How funny some memes are that I have never seen.
Okay,
I'm 2 years old. I'm
I
getting
learned a
back
lot
into the
more. I
fight.
learned a lot more than that. We're going to get you caught up real quick. You need a trainer. Fucking we'll be your cornerman.
I'm in.
Absolutely.
All right.
For the meme war.
Be honored to.
I'm in.
Thank you for listening.
The meme war. Oh my God. I love
Meme
that.
war. Here it is.
That might be the title of this episode, the meme war.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you for listening, Robert. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Sitting
Anytime.
with us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for smoking that cigar.
Excellent.
And we'll see you guys next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.